So welcome to this wonderful women empowerment training workshop. I appreciate all of you for taking your time and joining this program. I really felt very overwhelmed with the response I got it for this program. Since then, the announcement of this program, almost around 140 people joined, but still the requests are coming. So we stopped taking the participants for this workshop. Let us see in the meantime if at all other people also interested. How many people really after registration they shown enthusiasm to enter into the workshop. Based on that, we'll go for the taking some more admissions. So before introducing our chief guest today is Professor Rose Amphiosis from Philippines. She's a wonderful human being, as a friend of me, and she's a doctor of philosophy, major in educational administration from University of San Carlos, Cebu City, Philippines. She is an associate professor and the current director of the Student Affairs and Development and former program chair of Chemistry Department, College of Arts and Science in Cebu Normal University. Apart from this, he's a certified yoga instructor too, in USA Womenly Health Academy and International Journal of Physical Education and Computer Science in Sports and in India. A certified ISO lead auditor and the Quality Assurance Officer, CAS School of the Sciences, Cebu Normal University. And also a certified holistic health and wellness coach at USA. And Womanly Health Academy and certified therapeutic drum alive instructor, Bangkok and Thailand. She's a very versatile professor, and also I'm very happy to welcome her. And before talking to that, first of all, we must know that why a woman is considered, and wherever you go, every country talk about the greatness. I just, with a brief note, I can hand over the session to Professor Rosita Amphios. See, the greatness of women, like that of any other group of people, is not just limited to a specific set of qualities. They have a lot of qualities, unlike men. They have a great quality of resilience, and they have high emotional intelligence, and they're very, very empathetic. And also, they have high leadership qualities and highly creative. And also, they have an ability to build the community. And they also struggle to give out the best possible care for the kids and the family. So they have this empathy by default, because when they give birth to the child, the women have cuddling chemicals more. For example, oxytocin, vasopressin. These are the chemicals which develop in the human brain. So women has physiologically is dominant with the kind of empathy and showing love unconditional to the others also. So these are the basic greatest qualities a woman has. And then question arises, if that is the case, why they need empowerment? Why they need a training to understand about the empowerment? Why they really require a kind of workshops for them? See, I have been dealing with many women for the past 2 decades in our You and Me Counseling Center. See, this women, by default, they have so many qualities. By functionality, they develop so more qualities. but across the globe, there is a gender inequality is existing. They always claim that they are trying to be equal to the men. But I strongly believe, I keep on promoting that the two lives, a male and female, they are special in their own sense. But if you really wanted to compare, female always plays a superior role compared to the male because of her biological gifts by the nature, giving birth to a child. That is one of the greatest state any human can have. But only female have that ability, give the life to the uh, birth to a life. And they have been struggling, even not only South Asian countries, in different countries. If you can look into the global scenario, that they're struggling for the economic independence from the family. So empowering the woman and generating the insights to have a crucial role to be independent financially and economically. And of course, in India, slowly the education has become a most powerful weapon for the women. And the fortunately, all the political parties and also social consciousness and also the families started helping out to get into the higher qualification education. And still, in India, we are back compared to the health and well-being of the females. The family is not in a position to promote the better health and better well-being, because by default women always try to look for the family betterment and kids betterment. Then try to think about taking care of them. This is one of the most important areas where we need to help them to empower more and more. And the economical and social progress need to be advocated. And also the political participation is another. Majority of the females need to believe that they can really enter into the political scenario where they can take the power. If you can look into for the past 75 years post-independent area of India, slowly the participation of the female is increasing. Though the governments keep on promising that there is a reservation for the female in the political arena, fortunately, they started, having a common consensus that all political parties need to give the role to play in the parliament and assembly and the local governance bodies in everything. So only thing is, female has to believe that they have an absolute potential to reach out to any level. Though physically, there is some difference of existence exists between the male and female, because by weight, the human brain, male brain is 1500 grams, but whereas the female brain weights only 1300, but only by size, by weight. But intellectual, the number of neurons present, it will be absolutely the same. So these are the basic differences I just wanted to make you bring into your notice, so that with this state of mind that you are superior to the any of the human being existing on this planet, hope that this 5 days journey will definitely empower you, because the speakers whoever we have selected, they're all well versed with the area in which they are working, and they're all having a great education qualifications, and they have global exposure, and they've worked extensively with the people in the society. So I really feel privileged to have you all here. And also I appreciate that you are showing great amount of interest and to share our value system and also our opinions to go into the journey. And I hope that you all know that you and me is one of the pioneer department, company or organization where it can work for the betterment of the people. So right now we are helping in 16 countries. The many of the Indians who settled in different countries, it may be Middle East countries, it may be South Asian countries, it can be West, it can be in Russia, it can be in New Zealand, Australia, America, Paris. So we have a regular appointments with the various people. They come to us and they ask us for their some help. we help the people in making them to become better, and psychologically, or any couple issues are there, any educational issues are there, anxieties, depressions, and also the relationship issues. The people who are in love relationship, they have some conflict, they try to have a lot of differences opinions in their relationship to continue. We help them in many ways to lead their life happily. So this you and me is very playing a very crucial role in bringing up the mental health in India, because we have taken up a lot of flagship programs in making the giving the mental health awareness programs, and seriously working against the student suicides, working against the farmer suicides, working on to create awareness among the teachers and students about the teenage love, attraction, and friendships in the name of the teenage temptations, and working on to make people to understand about the premarital counseling. We are This is another program we are taking up. We have done a lot of research, and also we published research papers on how the latest generation wanting the changes in the marriage system in India. And also the another most important aspect we are taking a lot of sessions for the people how to choose the spouse. This is the most challenging thing. Many of the people keep suffering because of the choosing the wrong person into the life, and that life becomes more disturbing. So this is how we are helping out, and we have written a good number of books to reach out to the people who are in need. So I wish that this day is supposed to make it. Now I request Professor Rosta, are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, hi, hi. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. Now is the time is 7:57 here. So another important thing I would like to request all of you, while the session is going on, please keep yourself mute. And any questions are there, you can post it in the chat box. I'm here. And also, end of every session, we will have a time of 10 minutes. You can raise the questions. We are here to help you to answer the questions. So now I request the Professor Gios to present the session. So she will going
Yes,
to
thank
talk
you
about
very
the women
much.
project. Yeah,
Hello, my
please.
friend. Good evening. Yeah, a warm good evening to everyone. So it's nice seeing you. I think we're how many? We are 46 participants, and I just want to inform that it's 8 o'clock in your place, and
Yeah.
here in the Philippines, it's 10:30 in the evening. So it's my privilege to give to share with you about women empowerment, because I am also one of the advocate as far as women equality and gender equality in our country, particularly in Cebu. So once again, it's nice to see you again, and hello, my friend. Thank you very much. It's been a while after COVID. Okay, though we are still in the COVID, but yet we are still in the process of recovering. And of course, I would like also to um, congratulate you for having this program for everyone, and it's for free. We're so very lucky that the counseling office of Dr. Veerender is giving us this type of program to everyone, particularly for women, as far as mental health is concerned, or mental and well-being is concerned. All right, so without further ado, allow me to screen share.
Yeah,
It's
I'll give 1 minute.
Mhm. Okay. So I hope I could share it to you some of the points. I am tasked
Yeah.
by my friend to share with
Yeah, now
you
you can share.
okay. I am tasked to share. Is it my screen is visible already?
Yeah. Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, so thank you. So I am tasked to present to you about women empowerment. So why is there a need for us to remind? I know that everyone are already empowered, particularly those women who are already particularly now helping the family when it comes to work, when it comes to job. And of course, all of us women who are also fighting for our rights, okay, to be able to be heard, and at the same time to be able to practice also our rights and be seen in not just simply in the family, but of course in our society. Okay, so with this, so I am tasked to give you what is there a need for us, but in fact, some of my presentation was already what do you call this, was already mentioned by Professor Veerender. So but before I proceed, I will allow me to thank and acknowledge our Dr. Veerender, my co-author, Miss Devi, Mr. Joshi, at the same time, Professor Gamaya, and at the same time, Professor Bashanta Laxmi. So this is a series, okay, a five talk regarding women empowerment, and at the same time, training work. Okay. So to continue, now, so I just want to remind everyone, I know that we have our own way of defining a women empowerment, but I just want to remind again that this is refers to enabling women to have a control over our lives. Okay, so that's why it's called empowerment from the word power. Okay, and for us to remind to make more choices, not just simply to depend to anyone, to make a choice, and at the same time to have a decision and have a equal access to the resources, and at the same time to have also the opportunities whatever men could have in our community. And it is something to do with, it takes in many forms, as mentioned by Dr. Veerender a while ago, that including our education, when it at the same time from economic, political views, and at the same time to our social um what yeah, to the social impact. And take note that as a women, we are also given the opportunity to create a world where women have the power and at the same time the freedom to live our own lives without discriminating or discrimination or beyond limitation based on our gender as a woman. Okay? Now, so the importance of a women's empowerment in our society, these are the importance of what we call that it's not only a matter of gender equality, but also it is a key to driver of social progress and development. So meaning that there is a saying that if a if in our home, if we call it, if there is a happy wife, the home or the lives, there's a saying that a happy wife is a happy family. Okay, so meaning to say a wife is given particular choice and a freedom at the same time, type of a choices or opportunities by husband to be able to help the family. So if the family is also happy, then it also becomes a what we call as it projects towards the society. So moving on, so there are reasons, okay, highlighting the need for women's empowerment. And these are first and foremost, the one that I mentioned is to be able to have the gender equality, wherein it promotes, again, empowerment is essential for achieving our gender equality, because it doesn't mean that if you're a woman, okay, all you previous, okay, for it's been so many years that even some of the country, women are still only staying in the house to help the household chores, okay, or to help the husband. It's only our husband, the one that works for our family. So that's what we are trying to aim for, to have it a gender equality. And then in order to promote the gender equality, at the same time, it also helps progress, develop our various aspects of life. Okay. Now, if aside from gender equality, it also, if the women is empowered, it also help our economic growth. Women's empowerment closely linked to our economic growth. Why? Because both men and women are working, both men and women in the family are earning. At the same time, it helps the community towards to our society towards the progress of the world. When women have the equal access to our education, employment, and entrepreneurship opportunities, it contributes to a higher productivity of our economic growth, right? So another is that, of course, it alleviates our poverty, or what we call poverty alleviation, wherein it is women are more likely to contribute to our families, like economic well-being. Okay, mean to say our not just as far as our finances or economic growth, but it has something to do with our health and well-being, reducing the risk of our the level of the people who cannot just simply who are above average or below average or poorest among the poorest, but if both of us are working, both of us are earning, so it really alleviates our the status of our living. Wherein they can also secure job opportunities and provide for their children's education, and of course healthcare of our education and of our children. Now, talking about education, okay, so empowering women through education not only benefits the women themselves but also the future generations. So we're given a choice to, as much as possible, to choose what school, what degree, um, and at the same time, what field we're going to choose. So as far as education, we want to, okay, we're in educated women tend to have a smaller families and make informed decision about their children's health and education. Okay. One thing also wherein it is also one that promotes by you and me counseling by Dr. Veerender, wherein this is what we call the health and well-being, wherein we women's empowerment in healthcare and reproductive rights is essential for improving our maternal and childbirth. So empowered women can access our healthcare services, okay, family planning, and make informed decision about our health. So this is very important, no? Is especially if we women were given choice, at the same time we earn, at the same time we have work, we have the job, yeah, wherein we also educate ourselves, okay, not just simply for that but rather for our health and well-being. And if we are also informed regarding our health and well-being, so we have the access towards our um family planning and including our health and well-being, okay, okay, at the same time, our mental health. Another is that if we are also reminded, one of the highlights that the participation of the women into political views, wherein women participation or our participation as a woman in the politics and decision-making process is very critical for the fair representation. It also ensures that policies and laws reflect the needs and aspiration of the entire population. I think we have noticed also that we have also in particularly in our country, we have already two presidents, which is a woman who becomes the president of our country. So that is a particular. Okay. And then another highlights of women empowerment is reducing the gender bias based violence. Exactly. Empowered women are more likely to resist and report gender-based violence. So this is vital for ensuring the safety and security for women and reducing violence within the homes and of course communities. So in fact, although there are still reports from coming from the WHO, particularly during the time of a quarantine period, that it increases again our domestic violence, women violence inside the home during the COVID. So that's why again it was yeah, proposed as far as the human rights is concerned of the women to stop against women violence. Okay? Right. So we if a woman is empowered, we're also given the innovation and becomes to create something. So empowering women brings a diverse perspective to, to the realm of our society because it fosters innovation. Women can also create when it comes to business, especially if we have given a choice and education, business, the science, and society, leading for more comprehensive and effective solution. Okay, so we can innovate. Women is very creative with regards to, how to make our family work. At the same time, perhaps also we can also one job or two jobs at the same time. So we can create something in order to live, in order to let our children also live. Okay, at the same time, create it is something to do that to level up our skills to in order to provide our family and to develop also our self-esteem as a person. In addition, social development. If a woman is empowered, is closely linked to the social development, as it is influences the family dynamics, child-rearing practices, and community cohesion, wherein empowered women often play the crucial role in the community development. So, if a man is available, so in fact, here in our country, we just have our small election for we call it a barangay, wherein we the women are the most of the who runs in the politics are already women that leads the small community in our country. So here we just have our national barangay election, which is most of our political leaders are came from now from the from the side of the from the voice of the woman. So we are given the chance to help and shape our community or in a small community. And then, of course, a cultural exchange or cultural change. By empowering women, societies can challenge and change harmful cultural norms and practices that perpetuate our gender inequality, such as a child marriage, okay, um, female genital mutilation, and discriminatory traditions. I think we have heard based on the research that there are still, tribes that are still practicing the child marriage even until now. At the same time, female genital mutilation also, or other form of cultural practices that sometimes becomes the it crosses the human rights of a woman when it comes to cultural practices or rituals of a particular group. Okay. In At the same time, I think we're familiar with the global goals and commitment, wherein women's empowerment is aligned with international commitment and goals, such as the Sustainable or Development Goals or SDGs, which highlights the importance of gender equality and women's empowerment. So it's part of the UN, okay, United Nations goals or global goals by 2030, that at least if we cannot eradicate women as part of the gender equality, at least women will be given the equal opportunities as men. Okay? And to include also the human rights. It is also the rights of a women, okay, or we have also our rights as a women matters the most. It is the right of every individual to have control over our lives choices, including decision, what education, okay, for us, and then the work that we can choose, at the same time our health, and at the same time our family. Okay.
It is another 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm almost done. So, then resilience and sustainability. So, empowered women can better adapt the challenges and contribute to building more resilient and sustainable community, which is crucial in the face of the global challenges and, of course, our climate change and pandemic. So, to capsulate everything, empowering women is not just a more moral obligation. It is an investment in more equitable and prosperous and towards sustainable future. So it also benefits everyone and contributes to overall well-being of our society. And I would like just, I think you're familiar with these celebrities They are the women advocates when it comes to women empowerment. We have the Beyonce, so these are the words coming from them as far as advocating women empowerment. Another one is I think you're familiar also with Ariana Grande. He's also advocating women empowerment. Okay, and of course, which is very well known, Angelina Jolie, also advocating as far the ambassador of the UN for women empowerment. So these are some of the few personalities that really voice out as far as the human rights of women to bring out in the realm of society. So with this, I would like just also to share to you some of the. I hope that you, if you can listen to this music, you can be able also to remind yourself, especially we women. Okay, these are the music that provides our our rights at the same time. Help us to boost our women being as a part of our what I'm trying to say, our rights matters the most. Okay. So I think just 2 minutes, Professor.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just to remind everyone, these are you may play this one if there are that sometimes we women are feel deprived. This is one of my favorite music that I used to play to my students every time I talk about women empowerment and the rise of the women. I don't know if you are familiar with this. So just to give you a how this music reminds me. There's no need to compare prices. This 1111. Sorry. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. This is just to, to tickle our mind about how music brought us.
Yeah.
Okay, women, let's listen to this. So those who are in the, yeah.
You're insecure, don't know what for. You turn your heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup to cover up. Being the way that you are isn't love. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you.
Yeah. It is not that audible.
So that's it.
Yeah.
With this, I just want to leave you with the music that we
Yeah.
women, no matter what happened, we're beautiful in nature, and we are into for into the equal rights. Okay, this is the music coming from One Direction, part also of advocating women empowerment and human rights. Don't forget, we are beautiful inside and out. Okay. So that's all for tonight, Professor. As
Yeah.
far as women, yeah, the need of the women empowerment, as far as the introduction and leading to all the talks for these 5 days.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Professor Rose
Yeah.
Hughes, for taking time. And I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that you could throw the global perspective, how they are looking at the women, and what are the things anybody should grasp in the platform, in the political arena, as well as the financial status of freedom. Hope
Mm-hmm.
that the women represents for the love and peace, and it always spreads the making people to come together and community development. So thank you very much for your inputs. Uh, Hi, all the participants. Let us talk about the self concept and self esteem. So, anyone of you, can you post something in the chat box? What is the meaning of this self concept? Did you listen anywhere? You understand anywhere? ఎవరికన్నా ఐడియా ఉందా అండి సెల్ఫ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ అంటే? Does anybody has an idea? What is the self concept and self esteem? Please post in the chat box. You have a chat box. Yes, knowing oneself completely. Okay. Knowing about one values. Okay. It is the thoughts. Okay. I just want all participants need to participate in this. This is an interactive session. Let it not be, it is one way transmission. It is not. It is not a television, right? So TV, whatever it says, and we'll take it. It is not like that. So I want you all need to respond to the queries and questions so that you can understand better. So that this is going to be very interactive and helpful for all of you. Self-care capabilities. Okay. Any other responses? I could see a lot of qualified people are there, and I want you all need to self-respect. Okay. Identify real self and ideal self. Okay. Self-development. Okay. Uh, Belief about oneself was right. Having complete self. Okay. Abilities. Okay. Yeah. See, self-concept is basically it has three dimensions. One, the three dimensions talks about the one is ideal self. Second is about self-esteem. And the third is about self-image. So self-concept is formed. అంటే మనం చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి పెరుగుతూ ఉన్న కాలంలోనే మనం విన్న కథలు, మనం చూసిన విషయాలు, మనం అర్థం చేసుకునేవి, మనకు కుటుంబం నేర్పించిన విలువలు, మనం బయట సమాజంలో ఉన్న వాటి విలువలు, ఇవన్నీ కలిపి మనిషిని ఒక ఐడియా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాడు. ఏం ఐడియా? తన గురించి తన ఐడియా క్రియేట్ చేస్తాడు. So the idea about self, what I am, what I am capable of doing it, how I am value myself, how I am looking into myself, ఇవన్నీ కలిపి ఒక సెల్ఫ్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏర్పాటు చేస్తుంది. అంటే అది ఏం చెప్తుంది? మనం అంటే ఏమిటి, ఇది మనకు క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో రీసెంట్లీ last year, one girl came. The girl is a software professional, and she had a puppy. So one day, what happened? She's playing with the puppy, and suddenly it jumped on her face. దాంతో ఏమైంది? దాని కాలు గోరు ఇక్కడెక్కడో చిన్నగా గీత పడ్డది. సో అది కొంచెం డీప్ గా అయింది. స్కిన్ స్క్రాచ్ కాకుండా కొంచెం బ్లీడ్ అయింది. దాంతో ఏమైంది? అమ్మాయి షీ వాజ్ టెరిఫైడ్ లుకింగ్ ఎట్ హర్ ఫేస్ ఇన్ టు ద మిర్రర్. సో షీ వెంట్ టు ద డాక్టర్. డాక్టర్స్ ఆర్ టోటలీ మెడిసిన్ అప్లై చేశారు, అండ్ అమ్మాయి మళ్ళీ గాయం మానిపోయింది. షీ ఈస్ ఫైన్. వెన్ షీ లుక్ ఇన్ టు ద మిర్రర్, హర్ ఫేస్ ఇస్ నార్మల్. అంటే స్క్రాచ్ కంటే ముందు ఎట్లుందో అప్పుడు అట్లే ఉంది. కానీ షీ ఆల్వేస్ థింకింగ్ దట్ హర్ ఫేస్ ఇస్ టోటలీ డిస్ఫిగర్ అయిపోయింది. షీ నో మోర్ షీ లుక్స్ గుడ్. She got a scar on face, and people are not going to accept her. People may look at her with a different look. These are all things are started, making that girl totally depressed. So they have been trying, and కొన్ని రోజుల తర్వాత ఏం చేసింది అమ్మాయి? She resigned the job because she doesn't look good with this face. She can't go out, and she can't face the friends. She can't face the colleagues. And not only this, she stopped going to the family functions. She stopped going to any gatherings. She stopped going to the neighbor's house. All these things made her totally disturbed and depressed, and not in a position to even to talk to anybody. The question arises, ఏంటంటే, why that girl, just because of a small scar, she started behaving like that? This I want a response from all of you. Why is that girl started behaving like that? ఎందుకు ఆ అమ్మాయి ఆ రకంగా ప్రవర్తించడం మొదలుపెట్టింది? This is I just want. Anybody? I want your response on chat box. Fast గా అయిపోవాలా. We have time very less. So yeah, inferiority complex, lack of acceptance. Mom or family members might have said something. Okay, she could not accept. She lost confidence. Yeah, I appreciate your speed of presenting. This is what I want a response from all of you. I wish all the participants don't try to be like a listener. I want you to make it. This is not a seminar. That's the reason we said training workshop. The name of the total, our program name is Women Empowerment Training Workshop. Imagine. Yeah, very good. Acceptance లేకపోవడం, survival, living in the past, ఇంటర్వ్యూగా ఫీల్ కావడం, very good. Lost her self-esteem, yes. Low self-confidence, lack of self-confidence, depressed, attaching self-esteem to looks because of fear, depressed. That's fine. See, almost all of them you are responding properly. That's fine. Why? Why that girl has to lose self-esteem just with a small scar? When she came to me, I did not recognize that she got a scar. I thought that she came just because she's undergoing stress because she lost the job. Then I have a conversation. Then I had an interaction with the parents. Parents told me, ఇదంతా ఇన్సిడెంట్ జరిగి ఇక్కడ మీకు క్రాస్ వచ్చిందంటే I just started looking into her face, little closure, but I did not see anywhere that scar. So then question arises, why that girl? That's fine. That she's feeling inferior, she's unable to take it. That's how she's unable to go outside, over expected to other people's, okay, some responses, social condition, change in belief about herself, change into other people's. Yeah, whatever you said, I appreciate that you're all really participating very well because of fear, because of self-confidence. They're all good. Whatever you presented, they're all related to that. I want little more closure and right point to tell. What happens if the scar is there on the face? Giving more importance to the outside world than inside. Okay, overthinking, pessimism to leave my friend. Good night. Okay, I'm Rose. Thank you very much for your time. Though it was late night, but you could come and present it yourself. Okay.
Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye. So now you tell me, what is the reason for that girl to feel bad? What is that which is making her feel bad? Parents are telling, even some of close friends tell, her sister told, neighbors also told that there's nothing scar on your face. Nothing, it's a scratch. But if she looks, it's a big thing to me. She deeply believed that beauty was priority and the little scar took her confidence. Okay, that's good. That is a response is really approaching. See, this is what happens. See, since from the childhood days, what we are thinking, we are all conditioned by the society. What is that conditioning? Girls look always beautiful. You should fair. Wherever you have a scar, it's okay, but face looks good. That is the reason now, if we can look into the everywhere, though we have a lot of issues inside the body, we decorate ourselves, we present ourselves in a better way with the face. So when the face is not good, her self-concept is that people reject me. From where this has come? This has come from society. This has come from within the family. It comes out and it ingrained. And her self-image is totally distorted. When the scar was there, she started created an image. Just now we discussed that self-concept contains 3 dimensions: ideal self, self-esteem, and self-image. So what is her image? Her image says that she is not looking good because of the scratch. Immediately her brain started popping up image that she's looking ugly, with huge wound, with a big scar. And because her image totally distorted, though 100 people keep on telling her, if you can recollect about Michael Jackson, hope you know pretty well about Michael Jackson, one of the greatest popular pop star in the world, pop singer, dancer. He created a benchmark for the dance and the lyrics and the music. He was also having the same problem. He has a poor self-image and poor self-esteem. That is the reason he underwent 32 times operation on his face. Do you know why? Because he used to think that it doesn't look good. His face is not beauty. You know that crores of people used to die for him, for his music, for his dance, for his lyrics, for just they wanted to see, that's all. But they had so much of, he has so much of inferiority and low self-esteem and poor self-image of himself. Though he's a god for many of the people across the globe, but for him, he was suffering with the low self-esteem and poor self-image. Do you know from where it has become? Anybody guess? Perfectionist, lack of self-confidence, preoccupied mentality. His dad was abusive. Yeah, this is one response. His dad was abusive. That's good. What is another responses? Anybody? Since childhood days, the family was very big. He was the last person, last but one. And dad was a drunkard. Is the money was not sufficient to support the family. At the age of 8, 9 years, the Michael Jackson started taking the responsibility of making money to feed the family. A drunkard father always used to call him as a big nose fellow. So from there, he has a distorted self-image. It is ingrained in his thoughts that I don't look good. I has a nose very big. If you can see his photo from the childhood days to before his death, his nose was very lean. His face was totally changed from the black color to the white, but still he was not. So the self-concept and self-image ingrained into the human personality, and it makes the people to behave like that. So I realized that this girl has this problem. Then what we did, we have taken the help of one is therapies are there, cognitive behavior therapy and visualization methods. We created a beautiful picture of herself. I asked her to do me a favor that you can, as if you are going to your friends or close friend marriage function, how you decorate yourself and get one pic. Then she got that. Then we made it in the laptop in a big screen. She did not see her photo. She did not see herself in the mirror, but we made her to get the picture from her mother and you present it in the laptop. Then I asked you, just visualize this, see this, and visualize the same thing in her brain. So we made her to do regular practice every day, 3, 4 times. Then the old picture, whatever she used to have, that distorted image is being replaced with the new picture. Then we restructured her thought process. Then we made her to become very comfortable. And then she started believing that, yes, she looks beautiful. Then we had a few sessions how to build the self-confidence and little more communications. Then within 3 months, she became better and she started going to office and still she is continuing her job. See, this is how as poor self-esteem and poor self-image can be redesigned and one can make oneself to be very effective and very productive. So what are the symptoms? How one can understand that a person is having low self-esteem? What is the meaning of low self-esteem? Low self-esteem is nothing but having low value about yourself. Self-esteem means how you look at yourself. Self-image is what are the image you are carrying at that moment. Ideal self is what you wanted to become. If these three are good, then your self-concept is good. And that is really going to be helpful and that is really going to be more productive in your life. You know pretty well, right? If somebody you go to the office I have thousands of case studies. People come to me, even girls and boys. They say that recently one girl came. She is studying her engineering third year. She stopped. The father claimed that for the past 10 days, she's not going to the college. She's good at studies, and she has a good height of 5'5", and also her color complexion is also fair. Her performance in the intermediate 10th class, BE first year, second year also fairly good. Then we had an interaction. I asked her, what is the reason? What is that which is bothering you? She said, one of her friend unfriended her in the Facebook. This is the reason. I said, then what? This is all. She unfriended. This is my best friend. How can she does this like this? So all my friends, my other friends may make fun of me. And this is really going to disturb my whole career. So I can't really relate myself with their friend. I cannot go to the college because everybody may stop, make me fun of me, make mockery of me. They may criticize. They do all sort of things. Then we have one assessment. When I see the self-esteem assessment, she has drastically low self-esteem. Then I shown her, there are 50 questions are there. Out of 50, 35 are right for her. And she is surprised. So it is happening because of the low self-esteem. Yeah, because you look at, you understand that you have a value only because you feel great if somebody value you. That's the reason you always keep looking for the validation. You wear dress. If somebody don't say that you look good, you feel disappointed. Yes or no? She said, yes. Dress belongs to you. To whom? It belongs to me. Who wear? I wear. Then when you say that the dress looks good for you, that is the reason you selected, right? The color, the design, the style of the dress, everything. Yeah. Then why somebody requires to validate it? If they did it, it's okay. Even if they don't do it, what makes the difference? So this is where many of the people have the issues. So when you feel like this, you need to understand that you have low self-esteem. So I just share one PPT to understand about how self-esteem really matters. See, these are the things about ideal self. The person you want to be, the person has attribute of qualities. You are either working toward it or possess it. It's who you envision yourself to be if you were exactly as you wanted. So what the person would like. Self-image is how you see yourself at this moment in time. Attributes like physical characteristics, personality traits, social roles, all play a role in your self-image. So what the person is, self-esteem, how we value and perceive ourselves, including how others see you, how you think you compare to others, and your role in society. So your whole self-concept is designed like this. So you might have, so you can write down these three things: ideal self, self-image, and self-esteem. Try to write yourself. What is your ideal self? What person you would like to be? నువ్వు ఎలాంటి వ్యక్తిగా నిన్ను నువ్వు చూడాలనుకుంటున్నావు? ఎలాంటి in many of the movies, you may relate with the heroine or you may relate with some important character. Why? You feel at the character and you feel very happy because you are looking yourself there. Because in movies, all the roles are in an ideal state. So once you connect with them, then your ideal self start thinking that, that is the role, that is the person I wanted. Then self-image, how you see yourself. When you close your eyes, what kind of image you can create for yourself? What image pops up about you? It is a confident or inferior or shaky or anxious. These are all things are going to created because of your own thoughts. Because the image, what it is formed in your head, it is absolutely formed because of your own thoughts. You can check it also whenever something happens, or good or bad, immediately one image pop up into your head. From where it is formed? Your own thought process, your own experiences, your own beliefs, your own values, your own principles. These are all things keep on processing and create an image, and it pops up. That image have a great impact on your physiology. Let's suppose a student who is going to write exam, final exam. It can be IIT, it can be NEET, it can be any other final exams. Why children are very shaky? Because the amount of effort they put, the expectations from the all corners, which create an image on the person, on the student, such that he's going to fail. When I'm going to fail, my brain pop up an image. That image represents what? I'm totally disturbed. My parents, my teacher, my neighbors, everybody is keep on criticizing me. And that image pops up. That image will percolate through our sympathetic nervous system to each and every part of my body. Then my body starts shivering. This is how it happens. There is a reason the image what you carry is very, very important to make oneself to be very confident about yourself, because each and every part of the cell, this will percolate. And because of this, your self-esteem also affected. The another important aspect, the sub-theme of this is, you can say that self-efficacy. So what is self-efficacy? Individuals' belief in their ability to accomplish specific tasks or goals successfully. So that's what we call them as a very confident personality. And also they have a lot of competencies. And they have ability to overcome any challenges which come into their life. So any person who comes to us, they come with a lot of fears. The engineering students, when they directly enter the software companies, many of the people, they feel terrible every day. It becomes very burden for them. Why? Because they think that they may not be able to meet the expectation of the company, or they may not be in a position to understand what the people are saying. They are afraid that they cannot do anything independently. They are afraid that their ability to lead any team or give an idea is not sufficient. These are all things are really going to disturb the person. And with respect to that, the images pop up into their head, and that image will create tremors in their body. So to make oneself to be very confident, the self concept is very, very important. You need to check. If you want to go to some stranger, you wanted to have a conversation about something, if you believe that your hands are shaky, your stomach cause experiences butterflies, and you have a self-doubt, immediately you should check that your self-esteem is very low. See, there are some of the, we have to understand that there's some signs of low self-esteem. See, these are some of the signs of low self-esteem. Feeling unworthy of being liked by the people, looking at the world negatively, lack of confidence, excessive fear of failure, difficulty hearing criticism or positive feedback, overfocus and insecurity about one's weaknesses, negative experiences color your outlook, worry, people pleasing, poor boundaries, difficulty identifying, expressing your needs. Some of the people, even in the family, when they want to talk to the spouse, also they're not confident of speaking or presenting their views in front of them. They're afraid. And any person who experiences too much of anxiety and depression, and they feel shame for nothing, feel inadequacy, and think that these are all some of the features of low self-esteem. So we have to understand from where these all come up. You may be feel confident, but why I'm feeling so low about myself? Though I am qualified, though I prepared very well, though I feel that I can understand things better, but still there is an issue. So these things one has to learn. So to improve your self-esteem, self-confidence, you have to work on it seriously. Then only you will be able to, progress very good. So then question arises that how to improve the self-esteem, how to improve the self-image, how to improve our self-concept totally. What one has to do. Once you understand that some of the symptoms which carries the low self-esteem, and definitely we have to work out and come out with some ideas about how to build that. Why some of the females have very low opinion about themselves? Why they focus more on looking good, though they are highly qualified, though they are good at in organizing things, though they are placed very well, but still they give more importance for looking good. What was the reason? Many of the girls who are in the teenage age, they suffer with the more low self-confidence. I think you might have observed many of them. What was the reason behind that? Anybody says something about this? I want some responses on this. See, there's a research study has been done. The study says that during the adolescent period, the females have a lot of low self-esteem issues. Why during that period, why they get low self-esteem? Any response? Hope all of you are there. Please respond. See, you might have seen hundreds of girls, maybe your neighbors, your own family members, your own cousins. You might also experience somewhere down the lane in your life. Teenagers will see others attract, okay? Family issues, health problems, okay? Social pressure, okay? Not interested, physical and mental changes, lack of knowledge about actual beauty, okay? Hormonal problems, okay? Compare with others, okay? Still, I want all the people to respond on this. I want you to share. Are you coming out? Yeah, comparing all the time with others. Okay, depend on other opinions. Adolescent ages, నేను ఫ్లష్ అవ్వాలి, అందరూ నన్ను చూడాలి అనే ఆలోచన, కంపేర్ విత్ అదర్స్, ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ మోర్ బై ఫ్రెండ్స్. ఓకే, the way we judged, comparing with the time others, depending on others. Okay, unable to digest the wrong tracks, what to be better than the rest. Okay, apart from all these things, is there any specific issues which they are putting in their head? See, one of the most important reason is that in the teenage, male or females, you take it for both the people, they are all emotional immature. Why emotional immature? Yeah, yeah, stress, strain. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That teenagers are all definitely their age is undergo very huge stress and strain. అందుకే వాళ్ళ ఏజ్ ని ఏమంటామంటే their teenage we consider, we call them as stress and storm అంటాం. See, in the teenage, this area, this is helpful for taking right decisions, that we call it as a prefrontal cortex, PFC. So this prefrontal cortex is completely not formed. Since birth to the age of 24, it is under construction. So they really cannot relate. They cannot be in the reality to check whether it is reality or not. They have their own perceptions. And by the time they've grown up, the all advertisements, movies, or everything is keep talking about only good looking about the females. So their mind is totally conditioned and they cannot form their own opinion about their life. So they take out all the opinions from the society, maybe from the parents, maybe the siblings, cousins, friends, movies, stories, serials, songs. All things are, inducted into the head, and they prepare themselves that if female means they should look good. This self-concept they form. And because this is already their PFC level is not in a position to assess whether it is real or wrong, so they enter into these kind of things. So that is the reason they form unhelpful, unhealthy self-image about them. Any kind of deviation is there, they feel terrible. And in that process, their self-esteem and self-image become very poor, and they keep suffering from that. If the parent is there, they really care a lot and giving all the positive suggestions and helpful things, then definitely their self-image will be more. So the family role and the friends role will be tremendous on the creating the self-image and self-esteem. And apart from them, if you can encourage the people who are having low self-esteem, they need to do regular exercises, and they can read good literature, they can have a healthy relationships, and have the ability to share with the people. Then these are all things that are going to improve your self-esteem, and it can help you improvise your self-image. And this ideal self, already you might have that I wanted to be good looking, I wanted to be make myself to be very effective in sharing your skills or presenting your things. And combination of all these three can improvise your self concept better, and you progress as a better human. So these are the steps to improve your self esteem and self image. Then you become a confident human. So it's already 8:54. I'll stop here. There are nice responses are there. Born and brought up environment, beauty standard is highly encouraged. Some amount of stress. Okay. The fact that appearance can be deceptive is familiar to many people, but it is acknowledged only very few. Okay. So let us have a question answer session. So if you have any questions, please ask me.
Sir, good evening. This is Shanti.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Sir, ఇది మీరు టీనేజ్ చెప్తుంది కరెక్టే బట్ అట్ లేట్ 30s ఆల్సో వి విల్ ఫైండ్ లో సెల్ఫ్ ఎస్టీమ్ కదా బికాస్ ఆఫ్ కెరీర్ ఇష్యూస్ అంటే మనం వెన్ వి థింక్ వి విల్ అచీవ్ ఎ లాట్ and we have a very good qualification, and but things don't succeed as we
Yes,
imagine. So
yes,
then what should we do? Teenage is a year where we are, that is a time when we depend on others and no much
yeah,
responsibilities.
yeah,
But now we have responsibilities, health issues, hormonal. It's more like teenage now in 30s,
yeah, yes.
13 years we are. So what to do in this age regarding self-esteem?
See, any self-esteem you want to improvise, one is that the amount of the efforts you are putting to progress in your life. That is most important thing. How much, what is the things, the role what you are playing in the family, how effectively, efficiently you are doing it. And also, every human being knows that from where their self-esteem is breaking. Is it from the financial? Is it from the role play in the house? Or it is the relationship with the spouse? Or it is the social acceptance? And identify the areas from where you are getting and what is the contribution you are doing it, and how much amount of the skills you are generating in handling this. These all things can definitely improvise your self-esteem. And the particular job you're looking, but you're unable to crack it, the job is definitely not only about improving the skill, but also you want to, support financially to your family, and also you want some financial space to, promote. So you need to plan out something so that you can make some money for yourself, so that that will satisfy you. And many of the people, what they do is they don't try for other ways of making money, but they try to look for only the job which they wanted. And during the process of the time, they lose a lot of time, and they feel that doing something else to make a decent work they can do, they can get money, but they don't want to do it. So once you start working on the areas where you are having issues, and once you start building your skills towards that, and which can compensate with that, and slowly you will improvise your self-esteem and you feel confident about it. It's all how much amount of the effort you are putting towards that line. Whether they are how other people look at you will definitely try to disturb you, because self-esteem is a dynamic thing. It is not once it established and it can goes continuously. It is not that. It is highly dynamic. And when you keep on improvising your effort, keep on improvising your skill, keep on updating yourself, then only your self-esteem starts improving and make yourself better. Okay, Shanti?
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sir, self-esteem is just not for the, okay, when it comes to the working woman, as you said, you are right. But when the situations in the house or in the family says that all women may not be able to work in the same scenario, right? So for
Yeah.
those women who being at home and being the homemakers also, how do they keep their own identity and as the self-esteem?
See,
Which
yeah.
nobody values their services, nobody recognizes, isn't it? And they keep seeing the attention from the spouse or from the family. They feel, I mean, being in 40s, I feel personally that I don't need any appreciation certificate as such, but at least we don't appreciate the criticism.
Yeah.
How much ever we do, end of the day, we get that we haven't done anything, and it is just a matter of money that I can employ somebody in place of you and I'll get my things done. So how do you think in such case, how in such environment of a family where the woman is not even recognized as a human being in the family and people can replace her?
Yes.
For such women, what is the solution for to improve the self-esteem in such environment?
Yes. See, after reaching the middle age, definitely some house scenarios and situations, the spouse or the in-laws may not be in a position to accept you, and whatever you do, people come with a lot of criticism. Okay, so that's how the Indian system, is going on. So the first question is, what is my roles in my house? I'm playing as a spouse, playing role of as a mother, or if your in-laws are there as a daughter-in-law. See, these three roles have absolute job roles are there. Certain characteristics are there. How effectively I'm doing it. Whether the other people are coming with a criticism and posing at you are not secondary, but how effectively you are performing it. It is no doubt, it is definitely create a lot of challenge to resist with the criticism what you are covered by all the people in your family. But this evaluation of you. For example, for kids, teenage kids are there. A mother is expected that you must take care of them, giving the good food, and always give the right guidance for them to progress. And husband is there, and you will also take care of the husband properly. How emotionally you are connected or not, but the things what you are supposed to expected from them as a homemaker, you can also do. If your in-laws are there as a daughter-in-law, how you are able to do it to a certain extent, you can do it. In spite of all, as a person, you also need to exist. See, the expectation of the people will be used, and you can't keep on trying to satisfy everybody. It is not possible. So you need to raise a question: what I am doing, what for I am doing it. The roles which I am playing is able to make out everything and reaching to them. But am I trying to reach the roles which I thought that I can display, or I am only trying to satisfy everybody? So this conflict will definitely, help you to understand that I am not here to satisfy everybody in the house, but I am here to play the roles which I am decided to it. So in each and every role, you have your own ideal self. As a mother, I wanted to be like this. As a wife, I wanted to be like this. As a daughter-in-law, I wanted to be like this. This, once it is met, I think the remaining, the expectations of others, whether you try to meet it or not, it is a individual's call. Otherwise, create some benchmark for yourself and reach out. That's how one can make themselves to progress. And for a period of time, the people around me also, they realize and they come to a point, or you'll also make yourself that accepting that criticism without responding to them, only responding to your ideal self and move on.
Yeah, that's it.
Correct.
Sir,
Mm,
excuse
yeah,
me, sir.
yeah,
Sir,
please.
please give some tips for teenage girls how
Yeah.
to improve their self-esteem.
See, for teenage girls, first of all, they need to be a better relationship established in the family, and the parent also need to take care. And you need to understand that teenagers are always want a lot of attention, and also you need to take care of them. Number two is that encourage them to have a regular conversation with the parent. Number three, whenever the teenager has any issues in the college or with the friends, you should be always, as a mother or a father, need to be very open. They should be very accessible and reachable so that they can come and talk to them. And then instead of giving solutions for them, you ask them that what is that you can do when the situation is like this. You can have a conversation, you can have a discussion, and this accessibility and creating trust that you can reach to the parent at any point of time without any judgment, then the child self-esteem will be more, and they start feeling very happy. And whatever the performance they have in the academics level, and they also come forward and tell that I did not do this because I did not perform, I did not prepare very well, and next time I'm going to do it very well. So you can also have a healthy conversation, and that will be definitely helpful for the teenager to improve their self-esteem.
Sir, but we are not understanding the judge. If we say anything, you don't judge me, saying
No,
like that.
that is the reason,
I am not understanding what is the judgment. What is the judgment I am giving that?
See,
Then,
now the word of judgment is very popular among the all teenagers, especially the post-millennials.
mm,
Post-millennial students are highly influenced by this word judgment.
yes.
Okay. So whenever you say, immediately they come with an idea that you are judging me. No, I don't want to go inside, outside, or to meet people. They always look at me with the judgment. So if you have time, you just try to ask a curious question. Then what is the meaning of judgment? So if you are ready to learn, they tell you a number of things. After listening to your teenage kids, don't try to counter it. Don't go with the defense. You just listen. Then it
Okay.
will help you to redesign your way of conversation with your kids. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this is already 9:04. Today we'll stop it, and I wish that I request all of you to join tomorrow by 7:45. The session will be started at 8 o'clock. Tomorrow's session is taken by Miss Devi, is a social activist, highly knowledgeable, highly expressive, and she does a lot of movements. Now, right now, she is in Rajasthan. From there, she is joining. I wish that you encourage other people also to join it. And every day, if you can really give this kind of response, we will come with the some more different programs. And thank you very much. And please post your comments on the post box in the chat box, so that that will help us to improvise our method of presentation in the sessions. And thank you very much for being part of this.